The biggest problem with English pronunciations is that many of the words look or are spelled nothing like the way they are pronounced. And while there is a reason for this, this makes life difficult. Today we're going to look at common words that are often pronounced incorrectly because of the way they are spelled, and we're going to see how they should be spelled correctly. Hi, I'm Ajit from Capshine. Capshine is a revolutionary learn-it-together English fluency program. And with Capshine, learning English is easy, quick, fun, affordable, and effective. And we promise a whole new you in 6 months or less. So what are some of these words? Let's look at them one at a time. The first one is that. If you just read it out aloud, it would come out to pronounce woman, which is not how it's pronounced, right? The correct pronunciation is woman, woman. Notice that this has nothing to do with how it's spelled. Very different from how it's spelled. Woman, right? The next word is that. If you pronounce it as it's spelled, you're probably pronouncing it as daw-TER, which is not correct. The correct pronunciation is, of course, is daw-TER. Notice how the stress is in the first syllable and the second syllable sort of tapers down and is very soft. Daw-TER. Let's look at another one. If you were to pronounce this as it is spelled, you would have to pronounce it as blood or blood. Both are incorrect, right? The correct pronunciation is blood. Notice the sound in many of these words we are discussing, and this can be a little tricky. What I would recommend is to check out the phonetics lesson about the sound or the schwa sound. This can help remove a lot of difficulties with spelling and pronunciation in English. Right? So the sound is again one of the reasons why this does not sound the way it's spelled. Another word is that. If you have to pronounce it as it is, you would have to pronounce it as iron, which is not correct. And I've heard this pronunciation being used over and over again sometimes. Incorrect. The right pronunciation, of course, is iron. Iron. I-N, right? Notice how there's no sharp sounds anywhere. It's iron. And that's how it's pronounced. The next word, of course, is this. Many times people pronounce it exactly the way it looks and pronounce it as colonel. No, it is not. The correct pronunciation is colonel. Notice how there's a no, colonel, colonel. And that's how it's pronounced. This is a military officer, a colonel, and you pronounce it without the low, colonel. That's not how it's pronounced. Colonel, that's how it's pronounced. Before we go to the next set of words, I want to quickly introduce you to Capshine's learning model. With this, you get access to speaking opportunities, you get to learn and practice as a group, you get access to your fluency report, personal coach, and feedback customized to your performance. This is driven by micro lessons and live classes where you can build your foundation and get your doubts solved. Let's continue, shall we? The next word that is often mispronounced because of the spelling is this word. To have a meeting with someone is that. It is not pronounced as rendezvous, right? The Z is silent. You usually don't pronounce Z in such words. It's pronounced rendezvous, rendezvous, right? Rendezvous. It doesn't have a Z sound, but a sound, right? Rendezvous. That's how it's pronounced. I had a rendezvous with my friend yesterday. This is another one where the D in the middle actually is not pronounced. It's silent. Do check out our videos on silent K and silent T as well. Words where you suppress that sound when you pronounce it. That can tell you a lot about how English pronunciations work. Wednesday is how people pronounce it. This is incorrect. The correct pronunciation is Wednesday. Wednesday. Notice how it's only 2 syllables. The D is silent. Of course, this word, when you put someone in this, you're causing risk to them, right? Putting someone's life at risk, just like that kid is doing to his own life. This is sometimes pronounced as jeopardy, right? Incorrect. The correct pronunciation is jeopardy. Jeopardy. Notice the spelling jeopardy. Jeopardy. Right? That's how it's pronounced. The PAR is quiet. The R sound is quiet. The next one, well, this means that when you get a loan and base your property or your asset to get that loan, you do this. But people pronounce this very often as mortgage, right? Mortgage, there's a T sound. This is incorrect. The correct pronunciation is mortgage, mortgage. Notice the absence of T or R sounds. Mortgage. That's how you actually pronounce this word. And again, this is why sometimes pronunciations can be tricky in English. The next word is, of course, handkerchief. Pronounced that way by most. The correct pronunciation actually suppresses a lot of these sounds and it's pronounced handkerchief. Handkerchief. Notice that there are 3 syllables, but it's a hang, not a hand. Handkerchief, handkerchief, and that's how it's pronounced. I hope you found the video useful. If you did, make sure you like and subscribe. Don't forget to click the bell notification, and of course, don't forget to check out the 30-day free trial with Capshine. Do this by going to capshine.com or downloading the app from the App Store. Thanks for watching.